Hey guys, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to become an influencer. Now, I am a makeup artist, so my niche is beauty, but I definitely think that you're going to find a lot of value in this video, regardless of what your industry is. So let's get right into it. You might be wondering, who's this girl? Who's she? I am Jalisa, and I don't want to give you a whole spiel, but I'm a professional makeup artist. I work behind and in front of the camera. I work with a lot of beauty brands, and here are some of the brands that I've worked with in front of the camera. And I haven't really spoken about a lot of the things that I do on the influencer side, and I give a lot of tips on, professional side of things, but I want to start giving you guys more tips on how I navigate the world of beauty influence. So let's get right into it. So the first thing that you want to do is clarify your niche. Now, I know a lot of people, I'm sure you've heard that, clarify your niche down. What does that mean? Essentially, you just want to know what you're talking about. That's New York for you. Essentially, you want to know what you're talking about. So for me, I'm just like, you don't have to be a professional esthetician, a professional makeup artist, or a photographer, but if you do something and you do it well enough where you have knowledge, you can become an influencer, because most influencers aren't really professionals most times in their field, but they are in it for so long, they end up having so much knowledge that they can share with other people, and that's how people start to trust you. So as you start to gain knowledge, you gain credibility. So then if I know that, hey, this person may not be a photographer, but they always have all the good tips on lenses and how to get a bokeh background, I'm gonna come to you because you actually know what you're talking about, even though you may not be a photographer. So the next thing that you want to do is provide valuable content. No one wants to see things that does not help them. So if you just want to be an influencer because you like how it sounds, first of all, take that out of your mind, because being an influencer is not actually as easy as a lot of people think, but you want to make sure that you're providing value. So what have I taken away by watching your videos or tuning into your live or reading your blog? I have to come away with some type of value. So remember, even with me, if I'm talking about a topic that I have extensive experience in, or something that I can actually feel like I know behind, like the back of my hand, I'm still gonna go read about it. I'm gonna see what's new. I'm gonna try and always educate myself, because then, if you're not continuously learning, then you're always gonna be a step behind. So the next one is to be yourself. Guys, let me tell you something. Don't try to be like anybody else. You might have other people that you admire, whether it's makeup artists, whether it's photographers, whether it's beauty influencers, and you might like their personality, you might like how they get on, how they act, get on Trinidad. That's how I talk. But you might like how their mannerisms, and you might want to try and do what they do. Just don't do it, because people can smell BS from a mile down the road, and they're not going to resonate with you, because they're going to feel like, oh, she's trying to be, I can feel something is off. If you are awkward, be awkward. If you're funny, be funny. If you have a little accent, talk like just try and just be yourself, because people are gonna like you and love you for who you are and what you bring to the table, and the fact that you're not like this person or that person. So always be yourself, and even if you don't have confidence in that at first, I would advise to just kind of go for it. If it's weird and different, people might resonate with it, because the influencing space is not just for, oh, pretty, perfect, hi, welcome back to my channel, I'm so da-da-da. It's just just be you. Just be you. So far in this video, I've given you 3 tips. Now we still have 2 tips to go, and I don't want you to miss it, but I want you to stick around, because at the end of the video, I'm going to be giving you 3 major things that you need to avoid when starting out. I don't want you to wait until next week or the next video upload, because if you want to get started, you can get started today. So don't forget to stick around, and let's get into tip number 4. So this next one is, I don't want to be shady, but this is coming from the deep depths of my heart. I am trying to, I'm saying it with so much love. Please don't be desperate. Now, when I say this, I mean you want to always approach things where it's like, I believe in building relationships, and we're going to talk about like PR lists and building relationships with brands and stuff, but you want to make sure that you are not driving the industry down. And now let's talk about COVID and how that will change the industry. You know, it's up in the air. Some brands are going to be paying, some brands aren't. And there are some cases where it's like, oh, I like this brand, I'll do this for this brand. But when you continuously do that and continuously take bad rates, you're going to drive the industry down. And this is what we see a lot in the pro makeup artist community. You'll find the rate being this, and then they're like, oh, well, can you do hair, makeup, nails, and styling for the same rate? And you're like, wait, what? Because there are people that are actually taking these jobs. And then what happens for the rest of us is that you're gonna mess up the whole industry, where it's like people can't actually make a living off of influencing or makeup or whatever it is, because you are over here taking these $15 rates and it costs you $5 to get to work, and then you spend $5 on lunch, and then you were thirsty and you went and you got a drink that leaves you with $2. It's just like, you know, that's just like made up numbers, but it's just like, really think about it. And then you had to take out money for tax, so now you have you actually didn't work for any money at all. So you want to take all those things into consideration. Like, you know, at first you might be so excited, like, oh, this brand reached out to me, I'm so excited. Great. But remember to always remember that as you grow, you have to start charging. You have to start, like, you know, at least seeing, okay, where's the value here? I'm giving you X, so this is how this is gonna work with me. Because there's brands that I work with still that, you know, I haven't gotten paid, but we kind of like do a kind of a barter system where it's like, oh, I've hosted events within their space, I've done X with them, so like it works for me. But in those cases, you're not going to run around and try and work with every single brand just to say, hey, I'm working with all these brands, where you tire out yourself, you become unhappy, you know, you start to complain that, hey, I am not making any money, I'm not doing this, like I'm not having, you stop having fun. And the moment you stop having fun, it's just like, forget about it. Now, tip number 5 is to be patient. Now, I know in tip number 4 we talked about like getting money and doing all those things. We'll talk about all of that. We'll talk about getting on PR lists and things. But in the beginning, you have to be patient. You can't say, well, I just started my Instagram following last week. How come I'm not making money? How come these brands not sliding into my inbox? You have to remember that there are a lot of people doing what we're doing, you know, so there are influencers in all niches. What value are you bringing? What personality are you bringing? Are you consistent? Are you always changing up your your content? Are you trying new ideas? Like, sometimes you don't have to wait on a brand in order to create. Like for me, I did a carnival series I started in January, and carnival is like, you know, carnival makeup, festival makeup, and because of carnival in Trinidad. And I was like, you know what, I haven't done anything carnival for a while, it's just going to be fun for me. I started shooting in November of 2019 when I went to holiday in Bahamas for Christmas. I spent a lot of time creating like 3 of the tutorials, and then when I came back to New York, I still had them to do. I wasn't getting paid for any of this. This was my idea. I sourced the costumes, I did all of these things. But were there brands that I could have collabed with? Of course. There were more than one brand that I could have collabed with. I didn't reach out, they didn't reach out, but guess what? There are brands that reached out to me after them. They were like, hey, we liked what you did on that video. We liked this particular look. Can you do something similar to this? You know what I mean? So sometimes it's like, yeah, I could have reached out, I could have made it a thing, but sometimes it's just like, I just wanted to do that for me. So remember that your decisions, your creativity should not just be driven by, oh, am I going to make money off of this? No, challenge yourself, be patient with yourself, and know that your time is coming, honey. Like, you know, I know it's hard because, you know, I've been on YouTube for, it's been 84 years. It's been 84 years. But, you know, it's all good, because when I first came to New York, I just was like, you know what, I don't really care about like the influencing side. So those of you who've been around for a long time have been on YouTube for a while, but there was a certain time period where I was just focused on, you know, I want to become a makeup artist. I want to work backstage. I want to work on Pat McGrath's team. I want to do this. I want to fly to Milan. I want to fly to Paris. And I made sure and I accomplished those things. So now I'm here. I'm like, okay, I've done all these things. I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the advice. So remember, don't watch to the left, don't watch to the right, just watch forward and keep focused on your thing, because everybody's journey is different. All right, so now we're gonna get into the 3 tips that you want to avoid when starting out. Now, I don't want you guys to wait till the next video. I just want to tell you guys this now because you need to know this. So again, I'm gonna be super transparent. I'm gonna read this message. This is like from 2018, but I remember it doesn't happen. I feel like it's maybe like the only time where I felt like I really remember this happening. But I want you guys to know that when you are collaborating with brands, sometimes, you know, you can purchase products. You can, like, for me, I think the brands that you should be collabing with or looking to work with is brands that you already use. There are some brands that I use, I don't even, like, if a sponsorship comes up, great. But I like the brand so much, like, I don't care. I just go on the website. Lush, for example, I use their stuff all the time. Like, I just bought, like, I have like 6 of these. I have 6 of these. I bought like scrubs, I bought all these things. I like the brand. I want to use the products. So it's not a matter of if I can get stuff from them. Sometimes it's not about stuff. It's like, do I like this product? Do I resonate with this brand? Yes, no, maybe. So anyways, so let's get right into it. So this tip is don't buy products. Don't buy products. And I'm gonna put this here and let me explain. So this brand reached out to me and they were like, hey, we really like your face and your makeup techniques, blah blah blah. This is what our brand is. We're interested in collaborating with you. If this interests you, respond to our direct message. I went to their page and it's something that I've seen before. I saw it pop up. I think I was following them. Very small brand, and I am all for support of small brands, but these are the things that I don't like. So then they was like, oh my god. I said, thanks for the compliment, that sounds amazing, your products look great, how would you like to collaborate? Let me know, looking forward to chatting more, blah blah blah. They were like, okay, so as a member you will receive a code to share with your friends and family that gives them a 10% off discount. And then as an ambassador, you will receive 50% off your first order, and after that 20% on every order. On top of that, you will receive samples, blah blah blah, makeup courses and VIP events. This brand is not based in the US, so VIP events means nothing to me unless you have an event in New York. Now some people will be like, that's cool, but for me, I'm just like, I'm not going to spend money to try your products and then for me to push it to my followers to give them 10%. Like, do you understand? Like, do you guys see how much work that is already?
That making any sense? I don't think that making any sense.
I just want you guys to be cognizant of deals like that. I just feel like if you want me to spend, like, it's just like, even if you want, as an ambassador, you want to send me like a little package, even if it's sample size and stuff, let me try this stuff, let me see if I like it. That people don't like when you shove affiliate codes and like, buy my code, shop shop shop. It's like, do you even like this stuff? Anyways, so the next one is to get a special email address. Now for me, I've had my email address for a really long time, but when you start getting deals and things start, you know, brands start reaching out, you want to make sure that you can keep up, and you want to make sure that you have a professional email, regardless if it's Gmail or whatever it is. It's just not like sexy baby 123. Like, you have an email that is set aside where you can you know, where brands can reach you and you're like, okay, I know that all my brand deals are here, I'm not missing anything out. And also make sure that you have it in your bio. So you want to make sure that you are a business account. Ooh, what's these? Wait, oh, it didn't come out. So you want to make sure that you are a business account, and that is the third thing that you want to avoid. You want to avoid being a personal account. You do not want to be private. You want to have a business account, maybe a creator account. I switched mine and then I switched it back, and I was just saying, but you want to have a business account because you want to be able to see your analytics, and you want to know what's working. So you want to make sure that you are a business account because now you are operating as a business. So that is it for today's video. If you found any value at all, leave a comment below and don't forget to subscribe. You can find me on all platforms at Jalisa Jaikaran, and if you have any extra questions, of course you can send me a DM, or you can join my free Facebook group where I'm going to be interacting more on a daily basis. If you need any kind of assistance, you can just hop right in there. I'm going to be dropping extra tea, and don't forget you can check these videos out and let me know what you guys want to see. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.